The Premier has made an apology to the people of the Hunter. He's sorry for 8 of his MPs that have now moved to the crossbenches. And there doesn't seem to be a Liberal in the region that can be trusted. He did well, but that apology is really all he could do. And then sadly, he ruined it. He made the call not to run candidates in the troubled by-election seats of Newcastle and Charleston. It is a shame, because it's not totally his fault, but with the help of some corrupt colleagues and no doubt a few weak-minded backroom boys from the party machine, he's been forced into a position of political cowardice. This is the kind of thing you do when you're afraid of spiders. You squeal and you run into the corner. The Premier can try to sell us that this is his way of apologising, but it is not. The only reason that he's pulled out is because he will get thumped after what has happened in ICAC, and that will create bad press before the next general election. This is the Premier with John and Gary on the breakfast program this morning.
But ultimately, I understand how they're feeling. I understand that we have let them down. I don't think you've seen a leader previously apologise like I have over the weekend, because that's generally how I feel, Gary. I mean, I'm sorry for what they have seen. What we saw in the Hunter over the past 3 years compared to what Labor delivered is chalk and cheese. We were delivering on the ground for those communities in a way that hadn't been seen, and we will continue to deliver. But at the moment, I strongly believe that we have forfeited our right to represent them at this point in time.
Forfeited our right to represent them at this point in time. Now, look, in the middle of that answer, too, he even managed to throw in the diversion of the opposition. It's an old trick. Halfway through the answer, you create an opposition in there so you have something to oppose. But I don't want to hear about the opposition. We know what they did to the people in the Hunter, and that is exactly why they got kicked out. And then there was talk of the Nationals running instead. Now, for the people of the Hunter who wanted to vote Liberal, it's like ordering a kilo of rump from a butcher and getting a pound of soggy snags. Mike Baird is better than this. So, he should pay respect to the people of the two electorates, find some candidates, get them to argue their policies, and for goodness sake, have the by-election and lift the debate. Or maybe there's just no one left in the region who isn't on the take.
Justin Smith on 2UE. He couldn't do it without you. Give him a call, 13 13 32.